tell them too. So.
I did. Very superstitious, writing on the wall. Very superstitious, ladder's about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke that looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, the good things in our past. When you believe in things you don't understand, then you suffer. Oh, superstitious ain't the way. Yeah. Very superstitious. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of the problem. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't wanna save me. Sad it's song. Yeah. And you believe in things you don't understand, and you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. Yeah. Very superstitious, nothing more to say. Very superstitious, the devil's on his way. Come on now. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, good things in your past. When you believe in things you don't understand, you struggle. Superstitious ain't the way. Yeah. Nah, 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 nah. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, ya-da-da. Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da. Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da. Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da. congratulations, but I'm just saying. Congratulations, graduates 2023. Yeah.
Y'all can do better than that.
Y'all can
Come on,
do better
come
than
on.
that. Life is about to begin for real. La-di-da-di, we like to party. We don't cause trouble, we don't bother nobody. We're just the people that's on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic right.
Give it a breakdown. Take it to the breeze again. I feel like busting loose.
baby, put your charms around me. I can't resist the sweet surrender. Ah, my nights so warm and tender, staring into each other's eyes, and what we see is no surprise. I got a feeling most would treasure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh. Ba-ba-ba-da, 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 ba-ba-ba-da. John. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. And then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along, and now you're back from my space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock, should have made you leave your key. If I hadn't known for just 1 second you'll be back to bother me. Go now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Think I'd crumble, think I'd lay down and down. No, 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 I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I Thank you. Ooh, Lord, that song take a lot out of you, Jesus.
Yes, it did. Praise the Lord.
Ooh, I need some water. For real.
Attention. For your safety, please note the exits available around the arena on the concourse level and from the floor area on the lower level. Please observe the event staff in green or yellow located at the various exits. They will direct you to safety in the event of an emergency. Should the fire alarm be activated, please proceed to the nearest exit and follow directions of event staff.
Atención, para su seguridad, tenga en cuenta las salidas disponibles alrededor de la arena en la primera planta subterránea y de la superficie del suelo en el nivel inferior. Tenga en cuenta el personal del evento en verde o amarillo que se encuentra en las distintas salidas. Se dirigirá a la seguridad en caso de una emergencia. Si se activa la alarma de incendio, por favor, siga las instrucciones del personal del evento y proceder a la salida más cercana.
I got this side open. Well, you get that side. That's your side.
Ain't this what you came for? Don't you wish you gave more? Girl, what you playing for? Ah, come on, let me kiss that. Oh, you know you miss that. What's wrong? Let me fix that. Twist that, baby. Tonight's the night I'll let you know, baby. Tonight's the night we lose control. Tonight you need that. Tonight believe that. Tonight I'll be the best you ever had. I wanna brag. I'll be the best you ever had. So I wanna brag, but I'll be the best you ever had. I hit you with the best roll, freestyle in the breaststroke, till you're blowing cigarette smoke. None of bed's broke, so what we gonna do now? Skip round to now, work it out till we cool down, baby. Tonight, the night I'll let you know, baby. Tonight, the night we lose control. Tonight, you need that. Tonight, believe that. Tonight, I'll be the best you ever had. I wanna brag, that I'll be the best you
Don't stop the rocket to the bang bang. Boogie say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Scooby Bow, rock the Scooby Doo. Well, guess what? America, we love you. We're gonna rock and roll with so much soul. Gonna rock till you're 101 years old. Don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but we like hot butter on the breakfast toast. So rock it out. That. Come on, talk to me.
Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. All new state of mind. These are the good times. Happy days are here again. The time is right for making friends. Now let's get together about 9:45. Come tomorrow, let's all do it again. Boys will be boys, you better let them have the toys. Girls will be girls, cute ponytails, boy life. Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. All new state of mind. These are the good times. A rumor has it that it's getting late. Time marches on, just can't wait. The clock is turning, why hesitate? You silly fool, you can't change your pace. Let's cut a rug, a little jive and jitterbug. We want the best, we won't settle for and roller skate. Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. All new state of mind. These
get your body rocked. Hey, now so far you heard my voice, but I brought my friend along. And next on the night with my girl Nat, come on Nat, sing that song.
Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. All you stay of mine. These are the good times. Good times.
Live and online from Eagle Bank Arena, this is the 2023 Western Governors University Commencement Ceremony in Washington, D.C. This ceremony is for all graduates. This is a live broadcast and will be available for replay on YouTube and WGU's website.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We will soon convene this 93rd commencement of Western Governors University. My name is Lucas Cavley. I'm the Vice Provost for Compliance and Accreditation here at Western Governors University, and we'd like to welcome you as close as we could to the nation's capital without requiring each one of you to fill out Government Form C6493 in triplicate. Our nation's capital here is home to all the wonderful sights, the monuments, and now this commencement, featuring you, our remarkable graduates in whom we have so much pride and joy. We'd like to thank our band in the back there, the original Moonlighters, who helped us get this ceremony started. Thank you. And graduates, family, friends, thank you for joining us as we celebrate this momentous occasion. Now, our ceremony is being recorded and streamed live over the internet, so a special welcome to all of our online viewers who are joining us around the country and around the world. What a great gathering of our night owls worldwide. So pleasured to have you join us. Now, if you're able, please stand for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Rebecca Watts, and I am honored to serve as the Vice President for the Northeast region, where we all sit right now. Thank you, Brittany Toms of Wilson, North Carolina, for a very inspiring performance. Brittany is earning her Bachelor of Arts in Educational Studies and Elementary Education. She was born into a musically gifted family and has been singing since the age of 2. From churches to stages to stadiums, she shared her gift with thousands. Last year, she released her debut album entitled The Interlude, in which she composed, arranged, and performed every song. And she did this all while earning her degree from WGU. And she recently began her career in education as an 8th grade English language arts teacher and she's excited to use her degree to impact the lives of her students. Thank you, Brittany. It is my privilege to convene the 93rd commencement of Western Governors University. On behalf of the entire university and our Board of Trustees, we welcome our honored graduates and congratulate you on completing one of life's great achievements. WGU graduates, I hope your memories of this day will remain with you forever. Each of you has accomplished something extraordinary. Your graduation is a milestone reached and a dream achieved. It's the culmination of challenges faced and obstacles overcome. You've taken a unique journey to make it here, and your determination and perseverance inspire all of us and mark a pathway for others to follow. Given that children of college graduates are 10 times more likely to attain a degree, you've not only enhanced your own life, but also that of your families and the other generations that will follow you. WGU was founded in 1997 near the dawn of the internet. Our 19 founding governors had the foresight to see technological advances as an opportunity to adapt, to even reinvent higher education, to make it more accessible and more affordable, to improve its quality and relevancy to the future of work, and to increase its focus on students and delivering value for them. Ultimately, to change lives for the better, even hundreds of thousands of lives. Today, just 26 years later, more than 320,000 individuals have graduated from WGU. Think of that. In roughly a quarter century, more than 250,000 individuals' lives have been changed through education, along with the lives of their families and those that love them in their communities. And we're just getting started. Today's milestone represents an unprecedented level of dedication, persistence, creativity, and resilience. And for that, we congratulate and celebrate you. At this moment in history, the world needs individuals exactly like you. Those who are unafraid of new challenges, those with the tenacity to surmount the insurmountable, with the foresight to anticipate the unforeseeable, the flexibility to adapt, and the commitment to persist no matter what. Those who have shown us that there is only one way to go, forward. I'm reminded of an adage from Benjamin Franklin: energy and persistence conquer all things. And so it is. The education you have earned here at WGU has prepared you to persist and no doubt to conquer any challenge you face. You are now equipped to move yourselves, your families, and your communities forward. And we know you will be successful. Now here's some other numbers to think about. You join only 13% of adults in the United States who have master's degrees and 34% of adults who hold bachelor's degrees. You are a rare breed. Many of you today are graduating with a family member. We're going to see a video now. We offer special congratulations to those who are sharing this accomplishment with a loved one. WGU is grateful to be recognized year after year as a military-friendly university. We are especially proud to recognize the military members who are graduating. We thank you for your service to our country and to each of us. Thank you. You may notice that our military graduates are proudly wearing red, white, and blue cords to symbolize their service to our country. We thank these brave individuals. Will you, our military graduates, please stand and be recognized? Also joining us today are many of our WGU faculty and staff. Please put your hands together to show your appreciation for the time and dedication they put into their work for you every day. Thank you. I'd like to share some facts about today's graduating class. Of the 1,097 graduates earning degrees today, 27% of you are the first in your family to earn a college degree. We extend a special congratulations to you. Your average age is 37 years old. The youngest is 18. And the most senior is 66. 70% of you are women. And now here are some interesting facts that have a lot to do with you and your tenacity and meeting the WGU model's flexibility. The average time to earn a master's degree was 2 years and 4 months. The average time to earn a bachelor's degree was 2 years and 10 months. All 50 states and the District of Columbia are represented here today. The state, or should I say the Commonwealth, with the most graduates is Virginia with 167. Our graduate who traveled the farthest to join us today is from Hialeah, Hawaii, some 4,814 miles away. Some of you might have thought you had a bad travel day. Think about that. Each of you has an amazing story that has brought you to this point. Like Terry Rankin Kanu, a single mother from right here in our nation's capital, who greatly improved her earning power after completing her bachelor's and becoming a special education teacher, or first-generation graduate A.J. Tunkap, originally from Guam, who juggled many responsibilities while pursuing his degree, including active duty service with the U.S. Coast Guard, and also, get this, his wife just delivered their 12th child. We know there are hundreds of stories and accomplishments worthy of highlighting, and we urge each of you to highlight your story with your families and friends. You all have worked diligently to reach an educational milestone that will change the course of your own history and influence future generations. Thank you for allowing those of us at WGU to play a part in the fulfillment of your dream. It has been our honor. And now I would like to welcome our president, Scott Pulsifer, to the lectern.
I was just thinking about AJ and your family and about how there's 12 future WGU students that we could hopefully serve well. Graduates, it's awesome to see your faces, and it's such a privilege of ours to be with you. It truly is a motivating and inspiring thing to see all of you and to know that we've just done a small part in helping each of you advance your lives and move forward to progress into those opportunities that you so absolutely deserve. And we're so grateful that you give an example to so many others across this great nation of ours about opportunity truly is abundant, and that we simply need to continue to expand access to those pathways so each of them can change their lives for the better and contribute to that wonderful opportunity. It is now my privilege to present an Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters to Tammy Johns. When Tammy Johns joined WGU's board in 2013, WGU had celebrated its 20,000th graduate. And you've heard now that we've recognized well over 300,000 additional graduates since that time. All of that is actually, of course, thanks to Tammy. She did it all. In fact, WGU has grown to become the largest degree-granting institution in the country, with an average of more than 4,000 students graduating each month. That is truly incredible. We are so profoundly grateful to Tammy for her contributions to WGU during her 9 years of exceptional service. So much has changed during this time, and Tammy's leadership and vision have been an important part of our growth and impact. Tammy is a thinker and a doer. With more than 25 years of experience in global labor markets, she is a recognized leader in anticipating trends that have reshaped the world, and she's delivered pragmatic, innovative solutions to help organizations, individuals, and governments capitalize on these changes. Her keen business insight and ability to anticipate future trends has helped WGU continue to offer relevant, credible degrees in demand by today's employers. And with her invaluable insights and influence, she has enriched the lives of our students and positively impacted families, communities, and markets for the better. On behalf of all of us here today, thank you, Tammy. Now, I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome Tammy here to the lectern, along with also Dr. Sarah DeMark. Tammy, today we truly express our deepest and sincerest appreciation and esteem. It's my privilege to present you with this honorary degree and also recognize you with the hood that Dr. Sarah DeMark will now place upon you.
Thank you, President Pulsifer, Dr. DeMark, and Board of Trustees for this incredible honor. And a special thank you to the true guests of honor today, you, our graduates, here in the room and those celebrating at home. You have my heartfelt congratulations, and you deserve all the sunshine and applause you receive today. I never imagined I would receive such a doubly special award, a doctorate in humane letters, and it's from my favorite university. But each of you imagined sitting here today, and you backed up your dream by becoming night owls, trusting the process, and along the way making unkeepable promises to your friends and family about all the time that you would spend with them and all the things you would do together starting tomorrow. I know this because I made the same unkeepable promises when I earned my MBA on nights and weekends 16 years ago. We all have our why and our who for making this journey. My why was a promise I made to my hero, my late dad, and my who was and is my daughter, Caitlin. My why was to wrangle my imposter syndrome. Even though at that point in my career, through lucky breaks and a bit of hard work, I had to achieve some career success. but I expected to be outed as an imposter at any minute, especially when asked about my alma mater. So much so that with each career success, my very funny late husband teasingly called me Mrs. Big Shot. Well, Murray, that's Dr. Big Shot to you. My who was about showing my daughter the way, just like many of you are doing today, and the thousands of WGU grads before you have done for their families. Although I'm not sure if I was the influence, I am immensely proud that my daughter Caitlin has an honors BA and a master's degree of her own. In closing, I want to talk about how I got here. I'm here today because of a cheer squad of family and friends who never said no when I asked for help. To my family that joined me here today in person, my daughter Caitlin, my sister Jenny, and my niece Tracy, and to the squad at home, my sisters Kathy and Terry, this honor is for you. And I literally would not be standing here without the support of my mentor and fellow WGU board member, Lenny Mendonça. He nominated me to the WGU Board of Trustees, even though I was a Canadian and a clear outlier amongst esteemed governors, business leaders, and academic legends that preceded me on the board. At many of the most challenging times in my life and career, Lenny asked me 4 important words that have literally become my mantra. How can I help? For example, when I told him that I wanted to focus more on mission-driven work, he pushed me to be specific about the help that I needed to make the change in my career, specific in a putting a man on the moon kind of way. And when I told him that I wanted to get some board experience, preferably nonprofit, where my knowledge of the world of work would be helpful, he threw my hat in the ring. And after almost a decade later, I have, as they say, gotten way more than I gave. Since joining the board, I have had the honor of watching more than 300,000 graduates make their journey and go on to make big differences in the lives of their families and communities. Looking back, those 4 words changed my life. How can I help? I learned to ask help in a concrete way that made it easier for people to help me, and receiving help made me realize the value of helping someone when they need it most. So now, I look for places to help. It brings me joy. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said in his poem, "To laugh often and much," to know one life has breathed easier because you lived here, this is to have succeeded. So tomorrow, when you imagine new possibilities to change the world with your newfound skills, be clear about the help that you'll need and the cheer squad that you'll ride with. And when you get the chance, look around and ask yourself, how can I help? Thank you again for this incredible honor, and congratulations to all of you graduates on your big achievement. Let's go out there and make a difference.
I feel really fortunate to have the privilege to be the first person to call you Dr. Johns. Dr. Big Shot Johns, or is it just Dr. Johns? All right, thank you. We now have the honor of hearing from 2 of your fellow graduates. I'm delighted to introduce Troy Williams, Springfield Gardens, Bachelor of Arts, Educational Studies from Springfield Gardens, New York, and then we'll hear from Andrea Schindler, Master of Science, Curriculum and Instruction from Fairfax, Virginia. Please join me in welcoming Troy as your first speaker.
Well, greetings, faculty, invited guests, and my fellow graduates. I'm Troy Wilson, and today we celebrate a great milestone in our life journey. I've often heard it's not how you begin a journey that's most important, but it's really how you finish that speaks deeply about the person that you are. And so I'll share with you how I started my journey. I was born to two young people who did not complete high school. I was raised by my grandmother, who instilled in me a deep sense of pride and passion for my history, culture, and education. Because my mom valued the importance of getting a really good education, she asked me if I could stay with my grandmother during the week. My grandmother, who served in the New York City Department of Education schools for over 30 plus years, she knew a lot about those schools, and some of the best were in her district. And so even with all of that, my family made sure I was always on the right path. However, I was that young man who used to play games in math class. I fell out of my seat. I fought every Friday in 6th grade and adopted a class clown mentality. But I had a principal and teachers who did not give up on me. It's interesting how the tables turn. Today, in my life journey, I get to celebrate graduating with a degree in special education. If I looked on Facebook, I'd probably find all of those teachers who were patient and spent time caring for me, and I'd apologize. Not only because I'm deeply sorry, but because I understand the depth of the work that goes into being a passionate and transformational educator. I understand that they had to go through long hours of study, lesson planning, and taking their own personal exams to ensure that they were adequately prepared to support their students. I get it now. I get it because WGU helped me to understand the full scope of the responsibility in being an educator. While my skills were developed, and yes, I learned so many great things, I also experienced the impact of educators who deeply cared about me being successful. I received support from my mentor, especially when I texted at random hours asking for help, and a host of resources from my instructors. They wanted to make sure that I was prepared to pass every objective and performance assessment. And even when I was challenged to go through a long and arduous process to retake an exam, it was because my instructors wanted to make sure that I was fully prepared. And so yes, this included taking exams at random hours in the middle of the night when my 3-year-old was asleep, and I showed the world and myself that I was a true night owl. And I promise you, the difficulties on the journey prepared me for where I am today. I grew up around many who had diverse learning needs. 2 of my younger siblings were students with individualized education plans, and I was identified as a student with gifted and talented, exceptional learning needs. And now on my life's journey, I get the beautiful opportunity to support young people being fully equipped by WGU to understand their specific needs and help them learn. Today, I get to be that educator, one who deeply cares about the success of my students, one who deposits seeds of hope and encouragement for them to accomplish their dreams. I get to be that educator that, like the late Rita Pearson declared, a champion for every student. And so today I challenge you to remember this. It's not just how you begin your journey, but it's also how you end one. I'm one who didn't start a journey off great, but I received opportunities throughout my life because I had educators in middle school, especially my principal, who saw me falling, loved me, and cared enough about me to push me. Family members who did whatever it took for me to learn my passions and pursue them. And most recently, like some of you families sitting in the audience today, I got to sit where you are sitting. And I got to celebrate my wife, who graduated from WGU last May with a master's degree in instructional design. And seeing her walk across the stage reminded me the importance of pursuing my journey. And that's the power of believing it's not only how you begin a journey, but how you end your journey. And so my encouragement today, take inventory of where you are and know that you too can make choices. Graduates, we've made a choice. We've made a choice to recognize that it's never too late to pivot in our life's journey, because we can, you can, and will continue to accomplish great things. May we never stop believing in our dreams. May we remember it's not how we start, but how we finish. Congratulations, class of 2023. Now, let's go and change the world. Thank you.
In 2005, I graduated college with a degree in history. I spent 6 months looking for a job in the field of history. And when I figured out no one was hiring at the history company, and the only place I was qualified to work was ancient Rome, I decided to become a high school history teacher. I am currently employed here at a school in Northern Virginia, and I spend my weekdays teaching apathetic, anxiety-ridden teenagers history and how to capitalize their proper nouns. I do my best to capture their attention and make my lessons meaningful. I, however, much like every other teacher who exists in the age of smartphones, struggle to hold their attention. So I'll keep this speech concise and do my best to entertain you. My fellow night owls, my name is Andrea Schindler, like the movie Schindler's List, no relation, and I am honored to be your commencement speaker. I'm not sure why I was chosen to be your commencement speaker, but I suspect I may have captured someone's attention in my application when I mentioned that I was a military spouse who has moved 9 times in the past 13 years. Thank you. There's a lot of holes in my resume. Or that I did stand-up comedy. My last show was January of 2020. I decided to take a break from stand-up comedy and spend 14 months with my family, surrounded by empty wine bottles and a stockpile of toilet paper. Oh, you too? You are my first audience since my last show, and now we can all pat ourselves on the back and be smug about having a superior immune system strong enough to survive a global pandemic. Western Governors University could have chosen anybody from their pool of applicants, but I, an on the verge of quitting, burnt-out high school history teacher who now owns a master's degree in curriculum and instruction, have been given the distinct privilege to stand here and impart wisdom. My first job as your speaker is to illustrate that what we're here to do today is important. But let's be honest, most of us passed our courses and graduated months ago. We purchased our cap and gown and brought our families here with the sole intention of taking social media photos to let everybody who's not here today know just how smart we are. What we're really here to do today, though, is celebrate this milestone. Around 2,000 years ago, ancient Romans placed stone pillars along the sides of roadways. Typically, these stones were placed a mile apart. A Roman mile was about 5,000 feet. Each milestone was given a unique number, serving as a mile marker. And this is where we get the term milestone from. And most people are familiar with the word, but we use it to indicate that we have crossed an important point in our lives. And as we age, these milestones get fewer and farther apart, and we find ourselves having to be intentional about which milestones we'll cross. I first started to take note of my milestones 10 years ago, my wedding, the births of my 2 kids. These were all important milestones. As I approached 40, I realized that most of the major milestones in my life had already happened, and this made me sad. Then, with my 40th birthday looming on the horizon, I purchased a pair of roller skates. It was part of me trying to reclaim the days of my youth as a car hop waitress at a Sonic drive-in restaurant. These skates were used about 4 times and now live in the back corner of my closet. Then when I turned 40, I decided to start exercising daily for the first time in my entire life. I worked out every day and I lost 55 pounds. I told my husband that I was unhappy in our relationship and that I wanted our marriage to be better. And we started loving each other and communicating in a way that we had never done before. I decided to earn a master's degree in history, a master's degree, because I knew that I had been procrastinating for so long and it was finally time to do it. I thought I would have to accomplish many important milestones in life to be a commencement speaker. It turns out I only had to hit my midlife crisis. It has been 11 months since I turned 40, and I've done a lot of things in this time, and guess what? With the exception of the roller skates, it has been the most satisfying and fascinating year of my life. Even today, I still don't understand exactly what happened, but I have never been more challenged, and this is important, never felt more alive than I do right now. There are few things in this life that are more important than your own self-reflection. What milestones have you passed? Many of you are here today because you set a goal of earning a degree and you worked hard to achieve it. I'm here to tell you that your perceived passing of milestones can be your catalyst for profound reinvention. But we don't get to be the incredible people we are without the investment from others. My parents have always been my biggest cheerleaders. My husband took on my household work so that I could eat dinner quickly and retreat to my computer to work on my degree while he cleared the table and put our 2 kids to bed. You came here today to celebrate your milestone, and so I'm gonna ask that you take a brief moment right now and think about the people who have been a part of your life. Those people who celebrate you, the people in your life that invested in you, including those who are no longer with us. Will you do that with me? Will you take one moment of silence with me right now and center your mind and think of those who contributed to the success you are here today to celebrate? Imagine how grateful they must be that on this day of your milestone, you remember how important they are to you. What a privilege it has been to be with you. Thank you for letting me celebrate your milestone, and thank you for being with me here today as I celebrate mine.
Thank you, Troy, and thank you, Andrea, for sharing your stories. Troy, you are in a room that has many educators in it, and what I will tell you is you do not need to apologize to any of your teachers. If they could see you right now, I wish some of them were in the room, they would be beaming with pride. So, Troy. And thank you for reminding us that every learner is different. Everyone in this room learns differently. Everyone here learns and attains information and moves forward differently. So now to Andrea. I'm going to take your challenge and put it out there. Don't wait for somebody else to put that milestone out there. We're all continuing to set those milestones on an unbeaten path. That's what WGU has done for 26 years. We keep putting the milestones out there. You do it too. And then I want to hearken back to that moment of silence. And it brought to mind one of my favorite composers and lyricists, a man named Jason Robert Brown. And he has a very favorite song of mine called Caravan of Angels. It's a caravan of angels watching over us. So think about that caravan of angels, whether they're in the room with you or whether they're not physically present with you. They're pushing you through. So place that milestone and know you've got a caravan of angels watching over you. I am now very pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Nicole Walters. After spending more than a decade in corporate America, Nicole left her six-figure job to pursue a more purposeful and prosperous path. Within 6 months of stepping out on her own, she successfully turned her part-time side hustle into a full-time business. Since, she has built a multi-million-dollar business education empire, Inherit Learning Company. Leveraging her sales and business development expertise, she and her team designed signature learning programs that break down complex and difficult problems to help entrepreneurs establish profitable and purposeful businesses. Through immersive training and step-by-step guidance, participants learn how to go from idea to implementation. From stay-at-home parents to small business owners, she offers transformative resources that inspire people to not only build the business and the life they love, but to leave a legacy. Please welcome Nicole Walters.
Wow. Hello, graduating class of Western Governors University. I am moved, I am overwhelmed. This is absolutely incredible. From watching so many of you here with your family and friends to support, as well as some of the graduates here with their kids sitting next to them, it really speaks to this university and the type of people that they welcome in. And it's also such a joy to be back in my hometown of Washington, D.C., and a greater privilege to be with you here on this special day. But of course, like you, getting to this moment came with the everyday responsibilities that we never really get a chance to set aside. So, truth moment, before I got to this stage, I had to do the mama check-in. I've got 3 daughters, and no matter where I go, I need to check in on them. And you know what I mean. It's the thing that we've all done, right? It's the call in transit on the way to the office to make sure they haven't burnt the house down. You know, it's the call on the way back to make sure they take the meat out of the freezer so we can cook it, knowing that they won't, right? And, you know, when I checked in with them, my 21-year-old told me that she is freaking out because she has a cough and she's pretty sure her lungs are falling out because that's what it said on TikTok. And my eldest, my 24-year-old, was excited to tell me that she's only a few weeks away from getting her 30-day chip at treatment. And it's been a journey for her in recovery, and I'm so proud. And my 11-year-old is telling me that she is pretty certain that she is never getting married because boys smell and I better be okay with grand dogs. And for that moment in time, on that call, I was focused on each of them because that was my priority. And it has been ever since I met my daughters just 10 years ago, while they were panhandling on the side of the street with their biological mother in Baltimore. Only about an hour, if it's 5 p.m. in DC, 5-6 hours away from here. Now, long before I officially adopted them and they called me mom, I knew I'd have to make them a priority. So in that moment, I made a focused choice. And I promised them that I was never leaving and that they'd always be number one in my life. And so I ask you, How many times in your life, leading up to this moment, have you had to come to a full stop, where you had to change focus on your priority, whether it was family or health or work, and because of your circumstances, you've had to set aside your dream, a dream that was delayed but not denied. Now, we've all seen a lot of inspirational talks, and I want to promise you that this isn't one of those. This isn't a cheesy rah, rah, rah situation. This is different. It's different because it's about you. The average WGU grad is in their mid-30s. We all look like we're in our 20s. A parent and employed and working full time. I understand you because I am you. I know what it's like to build a dream while taking care of your kiddos. I've dropped my kid off in the IKEA play area in College Park, Maryland, while I used one of the computer desks in the showroom in order to take a quick call because I had a deadline and I had to get it done and I didn't have the childcare support. Listen, I get it. I have responsibilities and I have bills. So our chat today is about that person. It's about the one that has sacrificed for everyone, but finally made a choice to do something for themselves because they're deserving. And honestly, you don't need any more motivation today. You're the hero of the moment. So I want to call out the key lesson here about choices. When I was a child, I learned quickly that life is all about choices. My father is a cab driver for D.C. Diamond Cab for over 40 years, right here in the district. And we couldn't afford much, let alone childcare. So after school and all summer, I would ride around in the passenger seat with my father all around D.C. So no one knows the traffic struggle of 495 like this girl. But my favorite drives were the ones through the downtown city buildings. They were all so tall. And my dad, in his thick Ghanaian West African accent, would say, "Nana, I want you to know, we did not come to America for you to eat fast food, all these hamburgers. We have good food at home." We came to America because America is the one place you can start off by cleaning a building, but you can end up with your name on the side of one. Now, to be clear, we had friends and family that cleaned those buildings. We understand respectable and hard work. But what my dad was calling out here was opportunity and choice. That choice is the real American dream. It's not the house. It's not the fence, the dog. It's not 2.5 kids or 12. What my dad was telling me was that everyone in life has a choice. And make no mistake, you can decide to let life happen to you, or you can choose how you want to show up. And friends, this brings me to one of the greatest choices you have ever made to propel yourself forward. The choice to return to your dream. The choice to carry this for yourself while being all the things, all the time, to all the people in your life. You chose to do this, and you have done it. Now, I only have a short time with you here in this special moment. But, I'm coming to the alumni party thing, though, so you should definitely come, because I'll be there. So, short time here, party later. Okay. But I want you to know, and because you're students, I want to teach you this one thing. The most important thing that you have learned here at WGU, and you've learned this no matter the degree, no matter your expertise, WGU has helped you realize the one thing you need to become accomplished beyond your greatest dreams. As of today, you are a successful returner. And this is so important Because in our society, there is nothing more celebrated than starting for the first time. We have baby showers for starting life, weddings for starting marriage, grand openings to celebrate new business. And it's a beautiful thing to celebrate the newness. But it's not naturally ingrained in our society to celebrate the return. And yet, the trait that serves us most throughout life is the ability to start over. There is no skill that will help us succeed more than the ability to look at where we are in life and despite of, or maybe because of, the desire to be something more, to alter our circumstances, to get everything that we deserve to be, we decide to make the choice to start over or start again. And with the many talents that we must have to succeed in life, the ability to return, to start again, to get back in there is the most powerful, fruitful, and necessary one. So, WGU grads, night owls, moms and dads, daughters and sons, throughout this process, you have proven to all of us, your family that watched you, your children, your coworkers, and most importantly, to yourself, that you have what it takes to build an impactful and incredible life. Because in order to sit here today, you've had to say yes to getting back in there countless times. When you click submit on that application in a bold moment filled with nerves and excitement and readiness. When work called and you had to set aside your assignment to complete that later because you're juggling priorities. Or when you knew you'd have to get that group project complete. And how many of us are so glad we don't have to do group projects anymore, okay? Whew, Lord. But then you knew you'd have to get back to it because you had to put down dinner for the kids and finish tidying the house. You had to keep returning. Life isn't about how high you go or how much you make. It's not about avoiding taking breaks or some magic rule that you're not allowed to stop what you're doing and choose to reprioritize. Because honestly, stopping makes sense when you're choosing your family. And stopping makes sense when you're choosing your health. And stopping makes sense when you're choosing your career. Stopping makes sense when the season isn't right. So grant yourself grace for choosing to stand where you needed to be in the moments you were in. Because what I've learned and what you've proven true here today is that anything is possible as long as we have the strength to return and start again. Friend, not only do you possess a professional degree now, you are now a professional returner. Nothing will or can keep you from what you deserve. Delayed, but not denied. In a world that is constantly finding ways to tell us that we don't stack up with our bodies, with our families, with our faith, with our knowledge or experiences, you've proven that through it all, you've always had everything you need to get everything you want. And with a partner like WGU, providing flexibility and affordability, understanding and compassion, nothing is missing. As you step away from this experience and into your next chapter, I can promise you that you will encounter hardship. If you have a kid, they're gonna drive you crazy. If you have a coworker, they're gonna drive you crazy. If you have a husband, they're gonna drive you crazy, okay? Responsibilities will not stop here, particularly for people like us. They're always chasing a life of purpose. So I guarantee you that hardships lie ahead. But I also know that no matter how far they knock you down, no matter how far you drift off the planned path, you will get up. You will show up. You will continue to choose more, to be more, and to do more. And you will win because you already have. Night owls, I'm deeply proud of you. You deserve this moment. I'm grateful and privileged to stand here with you today and stand in agreement on your incredibly bright future. To the class of 2023, to you, congratulations.
Thank you, Nicole, and what a great reminder of tenacity. And you keep coming back, and you keep coming back. And I just want to say how grateful I am that when you each made a choice, Nicole talked about choices a lot, when you each made a choice, you allowed WGU to be your choice, to be with you on the journey. And we stand exceptionally grateful to you all. And now the moment is here. I want to welcome Dr. Sarah DeMark to the lectern to confer your degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Watts. So here's the fun part. We recognize each of our graduates. First, the master's degree graduates who wear a hood bearing the color of their discipline, followed by our bachelor's degree graduates. So would the candidates for master's degree and educator endorsements please rise if you are able. All right, that's you, master's degrees. Keep standing. All right, and we'll get to bachelor's next. So upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree or endorsement you have earned to include the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, or educator endorsements with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. So congratulations and welcome to the community of innovative, bold, and credible professionals. You may be seated. So now we will recognize our bachelor's degrees candidates. So would the candidates for baccalaureate degrees and post-baccalaureate teacher preparation endorsements please rise if you are able for the conferral of your credential. So upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science in your area of specialization, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. So you may now move the tassel from the right to the left side of your mortar cord. And congratulations and welcome to the global community of college graduates. And you may be seated.
Everyone, let's give those graduates one more round of applause. Graduates, let's also extend a hearty congratulations and thank you to Tammy, to Troy, to Andrea, and especially to Nicole as well for their wonderful and inspiring words. Thank you. Nicole, I couldn't help but think about my father, who jokingly said to me on my 50th birthday, he said, "You're kind of now getting to the point where your mom and I don't worry as much about you." And he did say before I was coming out here to this commencement, he said, "We're so proud of you, and remember, don't embarrass your mother." So just get used to it. If you have parents, that's what our lot in life is that we worry about our children. So grateful for your words and the inspiration that gives us. It certainly reminded me of a phrase that I remember, that the past of all of us is now inflexible, and that we never really live in the future. For the future only takes the form of now, and everything in life is about the present, even the holy present. That is so inspiring to see all of you arrive at this point and this milestone, as Andrea reminds us, to think about those moments in your past that you made those choices that put you here now. It is incredibly inspiring, just the things that you are doing with your life. And it is wonderful to even just imagine the opportunity for each of us to say that I am not the person I used to be. That in fact, with each day, each week, each year, that we are in fact becoming better than we were before. So thank you, graduates, and congratulations again. I'd like to take this moment to recognize and thank the graduates wearing blue and gold philanthropy cords today for their generosity and support for other students via WGU's Fellow Night Owl Scholarship. Philanthropy cords are not only a physical symbol of a graduate's commitment to WGU, but they also support a legacy that will last for generations to come. Thanks to the incredible support of these alumni and thousands of alumni before them, $220,000 has been raised for the Fellow Night Owl Scholarship. And this scholarship has helped 189 students cross the finish line to graduation. Thank you for your support in helping your fellow night owls succeed. As I stand here today, I'm truly inspired to know that the degree you have earned at WGU will create new pathways to opportunity. But it's important to remember that commencement is not the end. It simply represents a new beginning. Whatever you choose to do it really, really well, and great things will follow. As Nelson Mandela has observed, I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. So I ask, what is your next hill? What is your next journey? What adventure awaits you now that you have obtained the knowledge and skills that accompany your degree? Whatever it is, I challenge you to be bold. Learning is a lifelong journey. I urge you, as you continue your journey, to also reach out to others in the pursuit of their dreams. Identify meaningful ways to contribute to your communities and help us create a brighter pathway for future generations. At WGU, we have a commitment to serving and uplifting our communities. I challenge you today to make that same commitment. The world needs you more than ever. You've proven you can do hard things at just the right time. And there are still many hard things out there that need doing. As we close today, I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on the pride you felt during the ceremony. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. Thank you for letting us be a part of your educational journey and celebrate with you. If you're in the audience today and you've reflected on our graduate speaker, Troy Williams' messages, recalling watching his wife graduate, and thinking you may be ready to take a step forward toward your dream, we invite you to make that dream a reality. Keep your eyes on these screens for a simple step to get started. Apply today to WGU, and you are also eligible for $5,000 Distinguished Alumni Scholarship, open for newly enrolling WGU students and for returning WGU graduates seeking an additional degree. And truly, as you celebrate, share your excitement on social media, because as we learned from Nicole, that's what all of us are here for anyway. And just as a moment of opportunity, given where I stand, I'm going to get my own social media moment. I might invite Nicole, Sarah, maybe even Tammy, if you come up here with me, because we're going to get our own selfie with all of you in the background. Climb in there. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Awesome. Thank you so much. Wherever you have the opportunity to share your experience, make sure to use that hashtag WGUgrad. As a reminder, tomorrow we will also hold college and school-specific convocations here at this arena, where each graduate will be recognized individually and will have their moment in the spotlight as they walk across the stage. This now concludes this ceremony. Thank you all for joining us. And will the graduates please follow the direction of the marshals, who will release graduates now row by row. Thank you again.
Congratulations, class 2023. You did it. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train Class of 2023,
Y'all
it is
better-
your time to take over the world. I hope you're ready, because we wait.
Y'all know what y'all better do right now. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration that lasts throughout the year. So bring your good times. It's alright, baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Time keep on slipping into the future. I won't say it again. Time keep on slipping into the future. Come on, gonna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly. With no shoes on the feet, how's the people living in the streets? Oh, there's a solution. Gonna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Come on and fly. Said I'm feeling free. Fly right into the future. Thank you, Rocky Creek.
Good night.